I have a crush on Kincade. I lifted my pen and stared at the words I'd written. My heart beat a wild, chaotic beat. Thinking it was one thing. Putting it down on paper was quite something else. Like it made it real. I didn't want to have a crush on Kincade any more than I wanted to admit it. But there it was, written by my own hand. Being in the same house with him is a challenge. Avoiding him has become more and more difficult. Ophelia is determined to push us together, almost as much as my uncle was determined to push us together. It's not like we have a future together. He's a watcher and I stopped writing again. He was a watcher, divine, immortal. I was a dreamwalker, divine, with the godlight. Immortal? My uncle once told me we, as dreamwalkers, lived longer and didn't age as quickly as others. Who the others were to which he referred, I didn't know. Other humans, perhaps. I closed the leather-bound journal with unnecessary force, squelching the impulse to rip out the pages I wrote. I didn't want to deface the journal Grace, my adopted mother, gave me for Christmas. That seemed like sacrilege. I shoved aside the book and flopped onto my back on the bed. I stared at the ceiling, trying to decide what to do about Kincade. Honestly, there was nothing to do about Kincade. He was tall, broad-shouldered, with these mesmerizing green-gold eyes and short-cropped sandy hair. He had this annoying internal lie detector, so he always knew when I lied. He also had dreamwalking abilities and this really freaky way of moving so fast he was nothing but a blur. He wasn't the touchy-feely type, but he still made me want to swoon. He'd changed Azrael's demon-tracking butterfly tattoo on my left shoulder into gorgeous angel wings to eradicate the fallen angel's ability to track me. He had been a general in the Brotherhood of Watchers. They were once guardians of the Knights Templar. They fought against Lucifer's spreading evil darkness, protecting them and their holy relics until their bloody massacre in the late 13th century in Acre, Israel. He gave up his place for me, though he never gave the admission. We had a common enemy, Azrael, the fallen angel and High Lord in Lucifer's army of darkness. We both wanted him dead. As I thought of Kincade, I fingered the angel pendant he'd given me, a belated birthday present he picked up in Jerusalem. We recovered the staff of Moses in that city in an underground chamber known as the Holy of Holies under Temple Mount. That seemed like ages ago. In truth, it was a few weeks ago. The last few weeks of the previous year had been a nightmare. My uncle died. I discovered I had the godlight, which made me divine. I learned the truth about Kincade, that he was in Acre in 1291, and had confronted and killed my ancestor Ezra, the one who betrayed the Dreamwalkers and used the holy relics as weapons to terrorize the world. I pressed my hands against my closed eyes, trying to push thoughts of Kincade out of my head. It was impossible, though. He was deep in my mind, deep under my skin. Damn him. I rolled off the bed to my feet and stood, looking toward the balcony door. A shiver ran up my spine as the cold skittered up my bare legs. Flannel shorts and an oversized long-sleeved T-shirt was my favorite sleepwear of late. I padded toward the balcony door and pulled it open. Cold air and morning gray skies greeted me. At least it wasn't raining. I clutched my elbows against the chill. Maybe I could freeze Kincade out of my mind. Who was I kidding? I wasn't getting him out of my mind or out of my life. With a sigh, I shut the door. As I turned, the sight of a winged man in my room startled me. I yelped surprise, my heart pumping fast. Taking a deep breath and squeezing my eyes shut, I pressed my hand against my chest. I wish you angels would learn to knock. Sorry, dearie. I froze. My eyes flew open as I stared at the angel in my room. His silvery wings were threaded with gold and spread behind him in a brilliant display. He was simply dressed in dark pants and a matching button-down shirt. He peered at me with familiar dark blue eyes. My knees buckled as sudden tears clotted in my throat. I fell to the floor, my cold fingers pressing against my lips. Is it you? He reached for me, placing his hand on top of my head. They call me Cashiel now, my seraphim name. A seraphim. My uncle Edward died and became a seraphim. I suppose I wasn't surprised because Edward, after all, was connected to everything and everyone, angelic or otherwise. Rise and let me gaze upon your face." I got to my feet, and without thinking, I hugged him hard, fighting back hot tears of joy.